Family issues are common, but usually not ones that reach the point of murder. But killers like Sierra Halseth and Aaron Guerrero don't make that distinction. In Las Vegas, Nevada.
What's up, guys? True Crime King. Back on this Saturday. How we doing today? We're going to be doing something kind of different in this video. It's going to be like a, I don't know, different people, not just one. It's going to be a bunch of kids who apparently killed their own families, reacting to life sentences. That's the title of the video. Haven't seen it yet, but here we go.
Nevada, the name Sin City has never been more accurate. Halseth and Guerrero, both teenagers, were in a relationship disapproved of by Halseth's father. Instead of trying to come to an agreement or even rebelling against her father, Sierra Halseth, with the help of her boyfriend, brutally murdered her own father.
Yeah, that seems like the most logical thing to do, right?
And his body was found on April the 9th, 2021. The body was found in a sleeping bag with 70 stab wounds. But that's not even the worst part. Apparently, they tried to dismember the body with saws and set it on fire before they left it in the garage. What could drive two kids to commit such a horrific act? In court, Sierra dropped a bombshell, despite her completely lifeless expression. She read a letter painting Daniel as an abuser, an addict, and pedophile, with his harassment supposedly leading to his demise. Whether or not Sierra was on the wrong end of this abuse, she clearly suffered some disturbing change, as she recorded a video days after the murder with her accomplice boyfriend, laughing and gloating about the murder in a deeply unsettling way.
Day after murdering somebody.
Wow! Damn, they even say it on camera. Wow. I mean, they said that the dad was a pedophile and all this crap, but we don't know if that's true or not, right? He's not here to tell his side. So, I don't know. He didn't deserve to get killed, though, by his own daughter, right?
Don't put that on the camera. It was worth it.
Regardless of their motives,
It wasn't worth it. Look at you now.
justice was served for their crime, as they received life in prison with the possibility of parole after 22 years.
On count 1, you're going to be sentenced to 48 to 120 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections. On count 2, you're going to be sentenced to life in the Nevada Department of Corrections.
See, the thing is, that guy, he thought he was all tough, you know, a 15-year-old badass with other 15-year-olds, right? He ain't gonna be tough. I don't know how old he is. He's probably, like 17, and then he's gonna go to an adult prison, right? And he's gonna be at the bottom of the barrel. You already know what's coming to this guy. I don't need to say it.
Possibility of parole after 20 years has been served, plus a consecutive 24 to 60 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections for the deadly weapon enhancement.
And while Halseth may have had some twisted motive, Nehemiah Griego's murder spree was on another level. In New Mexico, 10 years ago, 15-year-old Nehemiah Griego went on an utter rampage in his own home with an AR-15 and a .22 caliber rifle, as he suddenly shot and killed his 40-year-old mother, his 9-year-old brother, his 2 sisters, aged 5 and 2, and patiently waited among the dead bodies for...
I mean, look, come on. Look at these babies that he's killing. And his mother and father. Like, what the hell, you know?
his father to arrive so that he could murder him as well. Griego left a horrific bloodbath at home as he drove to church, and the pastor informed the authorities. Shockingly, no motive whatsoever was found, other than Griego being suicidal and frustrated with his mother, but that would in no way explain how he murdered his entire family.
No motive was discovered. There is no motive to kill 3 little babies and your mother and your father. You know what I mean?
Even children. After pleading guilty, he was tried twice, once as a juvenile and once as an adult. During his adult hearing, though, Griego turned heads when he suddenly felt remorse facing those in his family who survived his rampage, apologizing to them and expressing his guilt.
I am sorry for taking our parents and our sins.
Oh, that means nothing. You already know what I think should happen to this dude.
You know, I wish I could take it back, but reality is that we can't.
Oh yeah, you really think he means that? Come on. Oh, I wish I could take it back, but the reality is we can't. And no tears, just his dumb face, you know?
But it wasn't enough for his sister, who broke down crying. Griego couldn't even get the sympathy of the district attorney, who seems to be haunted by this case.
As a homicide detective, I'd seen many death scenes, but this is the one I get to relive every day.
He ultimately received a life sentence, plus 7 years to run concurrently.
Should have been consecutive, just to, you know, because of the seriousness of this, you know. I guess it doesn't matter,
But the possibility of parole at the age of 52. Speaking of unspeakable murderers of children, Dylan Schumacher also gets zero sympathy. Dylan Schumacher tried to make rounds in court when he broke down crying, but his acting skills were as bad as his consciousness.
Yeah, and I guarantee you there's going to be people that try to defend these monsters because they're kids, right? If you do, put it in the comments. I'd like to see what you guys are thinking.
In Springville, Utah, 16-year-old Schumacher was babysitting his girlfriend's 2 children when he couldn't do the basic human task of calming down a crying 2-year-old. So he disgustingly decided to cover his head with a pillow and strike him to make him silent.
See, that's called an immature little bitch, you know?
Unsurprisingly, the damage the child received took his life. While Schumacher was clearly abusive, the prosecution and defense were at odds with a second-degree manslaughter or second-degree murder charge.
Austin Smith was completely defenseless. That's a given. But there were other dynamics at work there, including my client's inability to either control his anger or frustration and his inexperience in babysitting. What is to say
That's not even a defense. I mean, that's just stupid. That's just immaturity and dumbassery.
Won't do this again. Well, we don't know that. I think it's completely unlikely.
But fairness is not lost in the world, and Schumacher was tried with the intention to kill and first-degree assault until he tried to put on a sympathy act in court.
I didn't mean to kill Austin. Ashley, I really didn't. I really think I did that. I didn't mean to hurt him.
Dylan.
I don't believe him at all, and I don't care if he really is remorseful. He fucking smothered his baby just because he was crying.
And broke down to his girlfriend, claiming that he loved her son. But he was quickly exposed when a video came out of him saying,
I am a 16-year-old blonde. Probably all I have to do is cry in front of the jury, and they're going to feel sorry for me.
The act...
And see, that's just, it speaks to the level of immaturity. He freaking writes that letter, and then it gets read in front of everybody. What a clown. What a dumbass.
Couldn't fool the judge or jury, and Schumacher received 18 years to life with a possibility of parole in 2031. These apologies in court barely stir up any sympathy for the murderers, just like Tyler Hadley. In Port St. Lucie, Florida, 17-year-old Tyler Hadley thought out an entire murder plot straight.
Look at that crime scene on the right, man. Looks like there was a body there, but they took it away. Jesus.
out of a movie. He first invited a bunch of people over for a party, but they didn't know that this would be a party from hell when Hadley took 3 ecstasy pills and murdered his own mother and father, Mary Jo and Blake Hadley, with a claw hammer. During the party, the dead bodies could be...
Look at this house, man. I mean, if he didn't kill his... I mean, he would have been killed for leaving the house like that.
be smelled, and it was an extremely disturbing and tense time for Michael Mandel, to whom Tyler confessed the crime, until Mandel could leave the party and report the horrible crime. As far as motive went, this went far back to Tyler having major problems with drugs, as well as prior convictions for arson, vandalism, theft, battery, and injuring a child with his father's car.
Wow. So, yeah, he wasn't an exemplary child before this either.
Which apparently he used to steal without permission. But the last straw was his parents attempting to get him help for his drug problem. So he reacted by taking their lives and cementing his irredeemable nature. During his trial, the state really wanted to give the death penalty, but couldn't for his age. So he was granted a life sentence that was reconsidered in 2016, but reapplied again in 2018.
Oh my God. If you're able to take lives, and you do take lives, then your life, as far as I'm concerned, should be able to be taken. At least have the option on the table. I mean, I don't know. That's just my opinion. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comments. You know, it's just sad. It's just immature, and that's just we live in a cruel, cruel world, guys. But have a good day, have a good weekend, and until next time, True Crime King out.